All right, live. Okay. Again, that means nothing. I just saw important people do that. Now, before we begin, I'm going to read a quick sentence, or maybe it's two sentences from this book, which is called, what does it say? The Best Buddhist Writing 2011. And it's from the chapter, The Sword What's it say? The sword disappears in the water. Let me say that again. The sword disappears in the water. So professional. Yeah, right. It's all part of it. It's all a process. And this is the sentence from that chapter. Being one, not separating, the bike rides itself. The dance dances itself. Extremely, extremely important and deep. So with that being said or read, we're going to go ahead and begin. And today, like yesterday, I'm going to add Warrior 2 and Warrior 1. Can't speak this morning. Can't speak. Actually, I could never really speak. But so Warrior 2 and Warrior 1, which is the archer, which I was taught the archer, and the exalted warrior. But the name doesn't really matter. Less it matters to you than the name matters. So let's go ahead and begin in mountain pose. Feet are shoulder width apart, knees are slightly bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed, and thinking of making yourself tall. And here, you're gaining the mindset of a mountain, becoming firm, connecting to the earth. It is the earth. So you're becoming one. And you're trying to find that spot where your skeleton is just standing. And everyone's going to be different. So there's no tension anywhere. Your skeleton is just standing. And remember, during the yoga routine, you're going to make sure you're focusing on the breathing. You're watching yourself breathe. Your focus is on the breathing, which is the link that allows the mind and body to become one. So no matter how the pose looks or how you think the pose should look, if your mind and body is one, then you're doing yoga. So don't judge it, just accept where you are. And that's what you're learning on the mat. Acceptance, non-judgment, letting go of the mindset of trying to be somewhere, letting go of the mindset of control, and just accept. Bring palms together, thumbs go to the heart center. You can't see my hands, but all I do is the prayer. I actually open them up some. So thumbs to the heart center, push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. And then you're going to exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And we're going to do the standing forward bend. So it's the first bend, well, actually the second bend. And you're pulling yourself in and down. But since it's the second bend, you're not going into it deep or deeply. You're just focused on the breathing. And you're listening to the body. You're not trying to be somewhere, so don't pull yourself in and down past the point where you should be for now. Now, palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back. You're going into a low lunge. With the low lunge, the knees to the floor, top of the foot's to the floor. And you're just doing the best you can, thinking of the hip bones, getting them square, and then pushing diagonally. You're pushing forward, but down slightly. The back is straight, maybe slightly arched, focusing on the breathing. Now think of the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up into a high lunge. When you're settled in the high lunge, then you move into the downward dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, heels are towards the floor or they're into the floor, no tension in the neck. So the head is dangling and the tailbone's going to the ceiling. Now you're going to slide into the upper dog. So you drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Modify this pose how you have to. If you need to go to the small cobra with the belly on the floor and just the chest goes up, do that, or stay in the downward dog. Well, actually, go to hands and knees. Don't stay in the downward dog. I mean, you could if you like, but you want to modify this pose. And then back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Then left foot is up between the hands. That's the foot we took back. So that's the foot you bring up. That allows you to do the other side. So the top of the foot's to the floor, knees to the floor. Settle in the pose. Accept where you are, and then just focus on the breathing. And then think of the back foot, curl the toes under, going to the high lunge. Then into the standing forward bend. You're going to pull yourself in and down. Just listen to the body. Don't go past where you should be. And palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale, exhale. Then we're going to do one more. Inhale. Then exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. So you're reaching out, going down, pull yourself in and down. And just focus on the breathing. And palms to the sides of the feet. Right leg is back into a low lunge. Top of the foot's to the floor, knees to the floor. Settle in the pose. Accept where you are. And focus on the breathing. Then you're going to go into the high lunge. Settle in the high lunge. Then go into the downward dog. Then you're going to slide into the upper dog. So you drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Technically, upper dog, tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor, and you just focus on the breathing. And then back to downward dog. And right foot is up between the hands, low lunge. Top of the knees to the floor. The top of the knee. The knees to the floor, top of the foot's to the floor. And think of the back foot, curl the toes under, high lunge, settle in the high lunge. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, exhale. And then you're going to go to mountain pose. Settle in the mountain pose. Now we're going to do warrior 2 and warrior 1. That's what most people call it, warrior 2 and warrior 1. And we're going in that order. So left foot goes to the front of the mat, in the center. We're not going to stay here long. Eventually, we're going to get a flow of these poses. And you're just following the breathing. So right leg goes back foot is turned slightly. Heel of the front foot lines into the arch of the back foot. So think of the right arm, the back arm. Arms go up. You're like in a T. Just do the best you can. And you modify it. If you need to, you stay here. If not, we won't stay in these long. So you just sink down. So the torso is going straight down. Think of the back arm, get it parallel to the floor. This is why it's called the archer, because you can go shoot an arrow. There's a box right there. I would shoot an arrow right in that box. Okay. Now, exalted warrior. Go up if you need to, but if not, you square up the shoulders as much as you can. For me, it's a little tight because my hip is tight. My right hip is, something's wrong with my right hip. So reach up, square up the shoulders as much as you can. Fingers as wide as you can get them. Exalted warrior or warrior 1. Some people put their palms together, whatever you like to do. Then down, or whatever you're used to doing. Downward dog. And you push into it. And then you're going to bring the other foot up, which should be the right foot. If it's not, just make sure you're on the other side. So, back foot is turned slightly. Heel of the front foot lines into the arch of the back. Straight line. And if you're going down and the knee's not going, if you're going down and the knee's going over the toe too much, you're not lengthened enough. So straight down. Think of the back arm, get it parallel to the floor. We won't stay here long. And then you rotate the arms, square up the shoulders, get them square. I'm a little better on this side. And that's what you're aware of. You're aware that one side's tighter than the other. But if you're focused on the breathing, you're aware of those things. You're not focused on them. That's how you learn acceptance. Then palms go down. Downward dog. Then hands and knees. Flatten the feet. Space out the knees. Keep the hands where they are, sitting back on the heels. Extended child pose. Now think of your fingers. Walk yourself out with the fingers. Keep the butt down, but walk yourself out. Then arms go to your sides. Full child pose. And in this pose, you're not pushing yourself down. Just letting the body sink. Letting the body go where it goes. My hands go back up, back to hands and knees. So knees are hip width apart, toes are curled under. Fingers technically are wide as you can get them. Maybe I should start mentioning that. I usually don't mention that. That's how you make people not take your class, by mentioning too many little details. So the middle finger points straight out. Fingers as wide as you can get them. Toes are curled under. Now we're just going to do a quick tiger. So with the tiger, right arm goes up, left leg is up. I hit the wall behind me. So right arm is up, left leg is up, belly buttons into the spine. So you're engaging the abs. You're working the transverse abdominis or whatever muscle that is, or multi-ptyphinus, or I forget all those names. And that's it. You're not standing these long. So left arm is up, right leg is up, belly buttons into the spine. Maybe notice one side's a little bit difficult, more difficult than the other. Then belly button, make sure you're engaging the abs. And then go ahead and release. Then we're going to go back to the child pose, just for the lower back, and sink into it. Keep the hands where they are, so it's an extended child pose. You can bring yourself back up, back to hands and knees, curl the toes under, walk yourself back, and you keep the toes curled under. Extremely important pose for your toes and your feet. Then bring yourself up, flatten the feet, thunderbolt pose, or prayer pose, whatever you like to call it. You just focused on the breathing. You'll lean to the left, swing your legs out in front of you, and then shake out the legs. We'll add poses here eventually, like the rock the baby pose and those type of poses. So back is straight, staff pose. So feet are flexed, legs are straight, arms are straight, back is straight. And now you're going to go into the easy pose, so we can wind down. So let's go up. And then for me, you should be at the back of the mat, but if not, that's fine too. I'm going to go up to the front, just for the camera. So you're focused on the breathing. Remember, you're breathing already breathing. So you just focus on it, you're not controlling it, letting the mindset of control go. Keep the back straight, hands in front to your knees or in your lap, however you like to do it. Whatever you like to do, that's what you do. Now tilt the head to the right ears to the right shoulder, left shoulder stays down, back stays straight. And then go ahead and release. Heads back to center. Tilt the head to the left ear to the left shoulder. Right shoulder stays down, back stays straight. You're just focusing on the breathing. Go ahead and release. Heads back to center. Head goes back. And go ahead and bring the chin down to the chest. Neck stays straight. And then go ahead and release. You're going to do the neck rolls. Drop the head down to the right, down and around. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up and back. Make sure the body is following the breathing. It's not the other way around. The body is following the breathing. You're focused on the breathing. That focus becomes the link that allows the mind and body to become one. If your mind and body is becoming one or is one, then you're doing yoga. And then when the head goes to the top, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. And then when the head goes to the top, you're going to bring yourself to center. You're going to do shoulder shrugs. Shoulders to the ears, back, down, and around. Shoulders going up. You're inhaling. And the shoulders drop back and down. You're exhaling. And then when the shoulders go to the top, you're going to reverse. Shoulders go down. You exhale. Shoulders go up. You're inhaling. And then when the shoulders go to the ears, bring yourself to center. Now, trunk rotations, dropping down to the right, down and around. As you go down and around, you're exhaling, and the back is straight, and you're reaching out. And when you go up, you're inhaling. And when the trunk goes to the top, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. And then when the trunk goes to the top, bring yourself to center. And we do the half spinal twist. So left hand's on the right knee. Think of the spine. You pull yourself straight up. Arm goes up. Then you twist. Palm goes to the floor in the center of the back. Arm is straight and it's against the back. Make sure the head is twisting and you're focused on the breathing. And go ahead and release. Back to center. Then right hand's on the left knee. Left arm goes up. Think of the spine. Pull yourself straight up. Then you twist. Palm goes to the floor and it's in the back. Arm is straight and it's against the back. Make sure the head is twisting and you're focused on the breathing. And then go ahead and release. Back to center. Hands are in front to your knees or in your lap. Back is straight. Now we're going to do the yogic seal. You're going to reach behind you, grab the left wrist with the right hand. And you're going to lean forward. You bring the forehead down towards the floor or to the floor. And you're sealing in all the benefits of the yoga poses and keeping the peace that you gained through the rest of the day. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Hands go back in front to your knees or your lap. The back is straight. We'll stay here just a little bit longer. You're just going to watch yourself breathe. So you're already breathing. So you're just watching it. You're not controlling it. Letting go of the mindset of control. Just watch it. Bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. So that's the 15th YouTube live yoga routine. And for me, I focus on my breathing, but at the same time, I'm thinking, man, I need to fix this mic because I know it's brushing against my shirt. And I fix it. I'm like, man, I hope that didn't mess up the mic. So my mind gets jumpy too, and I need to focus. And I know when I'm talking, my breathing, I'm trying to talk and move at the same time, my breathing is not linked. And plus, last night, my wife made pizza, and I ate 2 slices. It's not a bad thing, but for me, it's well, it's a bad thing if you think it's a bad thing. But for me, I need to get off cheese, man, because I'm allergic or I have intolerance, so it messes up my breathing too. The cheese. Anyway, so that's the 15th yoga routine, YouTube live yoga routine in the so-called studio is coming along. I need to paint the walls. I've been slacking on that because I've been focused on the logo that I'm getting, and I need to put carpet down still. And what else do I need to do? Oh, another light. A light fell yesterday. My kids came in and said, "Hey, something terrible happened." It wasn't terrible, but light did fall and the light broke. And that's it. So have a good day. Namaste, peace and love. And I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time. So if you're on the East Coast, I think that's 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 a.m. And I tried to do it like that. I tried to go earlier. I wanted to do 5, but 5 is it's not too early for me. I'm already up, and I'm not up enough to do yoga or to teach yoga. It's one thing to wake up and do yoga. It's another thing to wake up and be able to teach it. So anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love.